Hello everyone, this is Brittany with Redeemable Junk. I'm coming to you today not to sell a junk journal, but to do a tutorial. I had some comments on a piece that I had in a journal that I sewed the other day. It was a notepad that had some paper on the inside of it, and it clipped together with a magnetic strip. So today I'm going to come to you to show you how to make one of them. Sorry, I was grabbing my magnets I forgot about. So all you need is a card or a piece of cardstock that you have folded in half. Some magnets, unless you don't want them to close magnetically, then you don't need them. A stack of paper of any kind that you want in it. Some wax thread or some thread of your choice. And something to put a hole in the paper. I like to use my crocodile punch, but you could use anything. So first we start off with the card. And I like to ink the edges just to give it that vintage look. And I bought these cards at the Dollar General store. I send them in my packages as thank you cards. I just thought this one was pretty. If I change my mind and want something else on the front, I can always decoupage over the front of it. Next, you just got to gather some scraps of paper. So I gathered some plain paper, some scrapbook paper that has decorations on it, a piece of cardstock, dictionary paper, a piece of brown paper, and a piece of lined paper. And since this is Christmassy, I'm going to rip the Christmassy part off of it real quick. Okay. So next you just want to line up, and I rip all mine so they have a ripped edge. I might not be able to rip all these together, so I'm going to do half a stack and half a stack. So we're going to want to rip it about right here. So just rip it down. I'm going to make this one more straight across. So when I put my hose in it, there we go. That looks perfect. So we're going to rip it about right here across the bottom. That would fit perfect. Now let's do our next stack. You can rip down both sides if you want both sides to have the ripped edge. I think on that piece I'll wait because I can't really do that, rip down both sides, but on this one I'm going to rip down both sides. Make sure I'm in frame. Sorry if I'm not. Let me move the camera. There we go. So we're going to rip about right here. I might need to rip just a teeny tad bit more off on this side. So it ain't sticking out. There we go. So I just turn it upside down and I clump it all together on the end. This is a pretty simple process actually. I get my big chomper. Now you want to chomp it not on the biggest toe, but the smallest toe, which is not the one on the far left, not the one on the far right, but the one in the middle. Oh, hold on. Sorry. I forgot about this piece of paper. I'm just going to rip that down there. And there we go. And I'm not the first one that came up with this. I actually seen this on the paper post with Pam. That's where I first seen this, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's where I seen it at. So now we're just going to punch 2 holes in it. I just eyeball it. Doesn't have to be perfect. Can you see the two holes? Now you want to try to keep it lined up. Oops. It'd probably make more sense. I actually forgot that part. To when you punch the hose to have it already in the card, so the hose go through the back of the card also. See if I can line it up and redo this. There we go. There we go. And I get my wax linen, or wax thread, whatever it's called. I just tear off a piece. You can use a needle if you want to do this. I just eyeball it and put it in. Thread it through the back. And you just tie a knot. Tie a little bow, or you can just leave the knot and cut the strings off however you want to do it. I always have the hardest time tying just a simple bow. It's like my strings want to go off one end and out the other. So there you have it. Now, if you have these magnets, these are, what size are these? Let's see if it says. It doesn't say, but they are very tiny. Let me show you guys. I have something to compare it to. Let's do a pencil end. It's kind of hard to do. It doesn't really zoom it in, but it's about the size of the end of a pencil. They're very, very tiny. Then what I do is I hot glue one on one side, and it's probably best to leave them connected together when you do this. Just put a bead of hot glue there, a bead of hot glue on the other side, so that they're perfect. I'm gonna go and hot glue these, and I'll be right back. Okay, I got them hot glued. I'm gonna let it dry for a minute before I pull it apart. There we go. So as you can see, I got two little dots, or my two little magnets, and it closes. Now I'm going to want to cover up this back. If anybody has any pointers on how to tie a regular tie, I would greatly appreciate it. You can put it in the comments. I always have the hardest time doing that. I think I'm going to cover up the back of this. So let me see if I have any paper that matches it. Let's get out my handy dandy scraps. Got tons of them. Actually, I don't know what I was thinking. There's no reason to do the back because the back's going to be done on the paper. Sometimes I tell you, my brain doesn't work how it's supposed to. So there's no reason to cover up the back because you're going to be gluing the back down. So you're not going to see the back. But if you'd like to decorate the front or the inside of it, you're going to want to do that before you assemble all this. But I kind of like the clean look. I might ink the inside edges. I think it gives it contrast in a journal. When you do a vintage journal and you have a few pieces that are a little clean, I think it gives it contrast. So there we have it. Very simple. Cute little pad of paper. Magnetically shuts. The cute little front that you can do whatever you want with. So that's the DIY for the day. Thought we would do something else besides me constantly posting my journals on here. I thought we could try to have a little bit of fun together. So if you'd like, you can follow me over at my Facebook page. It's Redeemable Junk. It's on Facebook. I just share some of my creations. I would love to see some of your guys' creations as well. So go ahead and follow me over there and hit the subscribe button if you like this. And come back for watching some more videos. Thanks.